Right now, breaking news from Madison's east side. A man shot multiple times. We'll tell you what we know about a suspect and what police are saying. Plus, how UW students will have a chance to hear opposing viewpoints over coffee. And liking what they see in the area, the CrossFit Games, adding another year to the popular competition here in Madison. That's all coming up right now at 10. And thanks for joining us tonight. We do start with that breaking news. One man has been rushed to the hospital after a shooting again on Madison's east side. The suspect, we are told, is still on the loose. It happened about 6:30 on Nakusa Trail near the Walmart off highways 51 and 30. A police spokesperson on scene says the shooter walked up to a home and shot a man on a balcony multiple times. This is a look at the scene. Police had the area taped off for several hours. The spokesperson says multiple bullets also went into an apartment with 3 adults and a baby inside. Fortunately, none of them were injured. We are told the suspect and victim did know each other.
Happens when we have gun violence in our community. This shows the dangers of the gun violence and why we at the Madison Police Department are working to get guns off the streets.
We'll continue to try to get answers and update you when those details become available. Next at 10, outside of the Supreme Court, crews have been installing new heavy-duty fencing in response to recent demonstrations. The reaction follows a leaked copy of a Supreme Court majority draft opinion suggesting Roe v. Wade will be overturned. And next week, the U.S. Senate says it will vote on legislation that would codify abortion rights into federal law. The procedural vote scheduled for Wednesday will mostly be symbolic, again, showing the limits of the Democratic majority in the 50-50 Senate. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says it's important for members of both parties to go on the record about where they stand. Politics, race, religion, many topics most people stay away from during polite conversation, but students at the UW are signing up to take them on. Our Tahlil Mohadeen explains how they're approaching these taboo subjects with a purpose.
We went to church twice a week, but then within my parents' household, I feel like we didn't discuss it much.
It was so scary, but of course, being, otherwise innocent white kids.
I know your guys' opinion, like the Roe v. Wade stuff.
A low-stakes space for students to have difficult conversations.
It's religion, politics, or education? Politics.
Named It's Just Coffee, the initiative was launched by UW sophomore Yona Davis to address a rise in polarization.
Knowing that college is kind of a place where people converge and meet, this is a great opportunity to build those bridges and help people form connections with someone they might not normally meet.
Participants taking on topics typically considered taboo.
Deliberately going out and seeking out different opinions like this, I think, is like another step on my journey to getting to know like a broader range of ideas and people.
Stepping outside their comfort zone.
I gravitate towards a lot of people that are like me. Like my friend group is very similar to me, so I thought it would be interesting to get different perspectives, meet new people.
And finding it refreshing.
You just met someone and you're just talking to them about, I don't know, like politics. That's not something that would like happen on a normal day.
Davis encouraging others to do the same and give listening a shot.
Put yourself out there and be vulnerable and try to take that step and learn a new perspective.
On the UW campus, Tahlil Mohadeen, News 3 Now.
Today's pop-up cafe was the 4th and final event for that program, but those involved in the initiative say they hope the cafes or something like them continue on the UW campus. Outside the state capitol today, state Democrats hosted a rally blasting Republicans for their, quote, attacks on abortion. Speakers specifically calling out Senator Ron Johnson, Speaker Robin Vos, and gubernatorial candidate Rebecca Clayfish, saying they have waged a full-scale assault against reproductive health care.
We will not allow our state to go back to a place where abortion was a crime, where it was unsafe and unavailable. We know the current restrictions on abortion fall hardest on people who already have barriers accessing health care.
In response, the chairwoman of the Republican National Committee says, quote, Democrats are showing once again how extreme they really are on abortion, pushing taxpayer-funded, on-demand, and unlimited abortion up until the moment of birth and after. Their position on abortion is radical, cruel, and anti-science. And as always, as we continue to follow this developing story, stay with News 3 Now and channel3000.com for the latest updates. Turning things over to weather now, starting to feel a little more like spring, and things will only be getting warmer into the weekend and beyond. Chief Meteorologist meteorologist Gary Canalti with our certified most accurate forecast. Gary.
Eric, the clouds are around, but we've really had a hard time getting the showers to make it into southern Wisconsin. You can take a look at the time lapse from the WISC Skycam. We had cloud cover for much of the day, although as we headed to late in the afternoon, notice the breaks starting to appear in the clouds a little bit. Some drier air moved in at that time, but all the rain has stayed to the south across the Chicago area, now moving into Michigan and Indiana, and then a few light showers out to the west in Iowa, moving almost straight south. So everything is kind of bypassing southern Wisconsin right now. High temperatures today, pretty mild. Here in Madison, 64. A little cooler to the south where the cloud cover was a little bit thicker. A little warmer to the north. Temperatures mainly in the mid-60s there. And right now, temperatures are in the lower 50s in Madison. Cooler closer to Lake Michigan thanks to an easterly breeze off the lake. But notice the dew point temperatures. They're in the upper 30s and low 40s. They are pretty dry. To the south, those dew points are in the 50s in Illinois and Iowa. So that's where the shower chances will be highest. Can't rule out a slight chance for a shower overnight and into tomorrow, mainly south of Madison. Tonight's low about 46. Tomorrow's high 62. But warmer weather is still on the way for next week. I'll tell you how warm it'll get in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. The FBI is taking over an investigation that played out in southern Wisconsin today. The Lake Delton Police Department says it took a wanted fugitive into custody after a chase across multiple counties. The State Patrol says it started in Dane County with stop sticks, eventually bringing it to an end in Sauk County near Lake Delton. And in northwestern Wisconsin, the 14-year-old boy charged in connection with the murder and sexual assault of 10-year-old Lily Peters making a court appearance in Chippewa Falls. The boy, who is only being identified by his initials, was charged in adult court last week. In court today, the judge ordered the criminal complaint be unsealed, but the search warrants will remain sealed. All parties will return to court on June 24th. An unusual situation playing out this morning in Chicago. A person arrested after police said he pulled open the emergency exit on a United Boeing 737 at O'Hare, slid down the wing and onto the airfield. The plane was approaching the gate. It was about 4:30 this morning after arriving from San Diego. That's when police say it happened. Ground crews caught up to him. He was arrested moments later. Check out this video. Officials say there were no injuries after a parking garage partially collapsed. This is in the city of Parma, Ohio this week. A fire department video showed the aftermath of the incident with the roof of the garage collapsing onto a parked car. The department told local media that crumbling asphalt had broken through the garage's sprinkler system, and the lower level also began filling with water. Tonight, CBS News has learned that the United States provided intelligence to Ukraine that led to last month's sinking of one of Russia's most essential warships, the guided missile cruiser named Moskva. A senior defense official says the U.S. provided the location but had no role in the decision to strike it. Amid a shattered truce, heavy fighting breaking out, Russian troops trying to finish off remaining fighters. Hundreds of civilians remain trapped in the middle of what has become a fight to the death at the steelworks in Mariupol. The Red Cross confirming to CBS News tonight that another rescue operation is underway following the successful evacuation of more than 400 civilians.
Very difficult and dangerous operation. It's an active conflict, so the routes might be dangerous. There might be active fighting ongoing in the surrounding areas.
The Russian offensive has already moved on from Mariupol. The U.S. officials tells CBS News around 10,000 troops have pushed north, part of an advance that has swallowed towns in its path. On the COVID front, the FDA has announced some strict limits on Johnson & Johnson's vaccine, deciding the benefits still outweigh the risks for some people. The FDA said in a statement today it is limiting the emergency use authorization of that vaccine to adults for whom other vaccines are not appropriate or accessible. The FDA said the move is due to the risk of an extremely rare but dangerous blood clotting condition associated with that shot. And this comes as the U.S. is approaching a million deaths from COVID-19, and hospitalizations are rising in some areas. The CDC reports the daily average 61,000 new cases a day now. In the San Francisco Bay Area, infections are up 160% compared to last month. Cases are also climbing again in New York City, where the mayor warns the next few weeks will be critical to slowing the spread. And a changing of the guard of sorts at the White House. Today it was announced Karine Jean-Pierre will officially become the new White House press secretary on May 13th. Jen Psaki will be stepping down from her role to join MSNBC. Jean-Pierre making history as the first black and LGBTQ person to ever hold that position. The fourth of 5 finalists hoping to become the next chancellor at UW-Madison, making the stop at the university tonight. It was current professor and former Notre Dame provost Marie Lynn Miranda answering questions on stage this evening.
We should keep in our minds all the time that we have a dual goal. We want our students, when they leave here, to lead meaningful lives, and we also want them to be able to compete globally.
4 of the 5 candidates have now attended their public forum. John Carl Scholes will be the last finalist to take questions. That'll be tomorrow night. He's the only one of the 5 who's currently employed at the UW as provost and professor of economic policy. Good news for downtown Madison and fitness fanatics out there. The CrossFit Games will be sticking around Madison through at least the 2023 season. During a press call today, CrossFit's general manager of sport, Justin Berg, confirmed the news. The 2022 Games, of course, are also in Madison. They'll be held in August at the Alliant Energy Center. The Games have been held there since 2017. Berg says the organization has been very pleased with the city, saying it has been a terrific fan experience, adding, quote, "It gives us a great canvas to program over with the amount of different features that are within either a short walk or a close drive in Madison." Every yard that Packers running back Aaron Jones earned last season will help a child in Wisconsin get a new pair of shoes. His Yards for Shoes campaign, where Jones pledged to donate 1 pair of Adidas shoes for every rushing yard, will begin distributing 841 pairs of shoes next week on May 10th. Jones gained 799 yards on the ground for the Packers during the 2021 season. The Packers fans funded an additional 42 pairs of shoes to be donated through that effort. The shoes will be passed out to kids at Boys and Girls Clubs throughout the Fox Valley, Washington County, and Kenosha areas. And still to come tonight, some summer-like relief is on the way. Gary will let us know when those temperatures will start to rise. But first, a rough day for the stock market. We'll take a closer look at the uncertain economic days ahead when we come back.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale on now, with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home, including all new power lift chairs and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale going on now.
Over these past months, we've all experienced changes and a great deal of reflection. But here's a change you can truly be excited about. Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, permanently removes the fat from your stomach, hips and thighs, and back.
I walked past mirrors. I didn't want to see any of that. I can't even tell you how excited I am about Sono Bello and what they've done for me.
I'm just living my best life now because I'm being the best that I can be.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently. Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. Plus, get $250 off instantly. You deserve to do something for you. Call 1-888-512-1753 or go to sonobello.com now.
These squirrels are better at saving than we are, and more organized, too.
Try embracing your inner squirrel. When you open a BMO Harris Savings Builder account, you get a cash reward every month you save.
That sounds great.
You can also set up savings goals and easily track your progress.
That could help us redo the yard.
You could really go nuts. I'll show myself out.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
He has his grandfather's smile.
Her mother's eyes.
My cheekbones.
But will she have my diabetes?
My sickle cell anemia.
His father's heart disease.
Go to joinallofus.org to share your health information and speed up health research breakthroughs. The future of health begins with you.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale on now, with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home, including hundreds of La-Z-Boy recliners and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale going on now.
Dane County Boys and Girls Clubs are throwing a party and you're invited.
Tomorrow, learn how you can take part in a night of fun to help kids succeed in school and beyond.
Plus, we're going to break down the weekend weather as you celebrate Mom. That's tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. As I'm sure you've heard, the corpse flower at Olbrich Gardens in bloom, and there was a ton of interest. Olbrich had to actually close things down early because of those long lines. At times, people waited 4 hours to see and sniff it. This is the first time this particular flower has bloomed since 2010. It was open all day today, but It only lasts for about 24 to 48 hours. Wall Street suffered its worst day of the year. Stocks cratered today on worries about the economy. CBS News correspondent Bradley Blackburn looks at how Americans are handling the shaky stock market and uncertain economic days ahead.
Inflation, rising interest rates, and fears of a looming recession made the perfect recipe for Thursday's market sell-off. By the closing bell, the Dow Jones Industrial Average plunged more than 1,000 points, or over 3%.
I think it's still a sign that inflation is out of control and people need to handle it.
From Main Street to Wall Street, investors worry the Federal Reserve's efforts to tamp down inflation by raising interest rates might slow the economy too much.
We are uncertain about what inflation is going to do, what the Fed is going to do in reaction to inflation.
Every day, Americans are feeling the pinch of inflation as they shell out more for a long list of essential items. Since March 2021, the cost of food, energy, and gas have all seen major increases.
I have a truck now that has 200 gallons, 250 gallons of fuel. I put $1,000 into it and didn't fill it up.
Investor Fred Clare says he's riding out Wall Street's daily roller coaster ride, but recently seeing more dips than jumps in his 401k.
I've lost like maybe $30,000 in the market. So at this point, I might as well just let it sit there.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says Americans concerned about their nest egg might avoid a short-term approach.
Most of us are saving for long-term goals like retirement or college, likely years or decades in the future. Hopefully, those who are already retired didn't have as much risk in the stock market.
According to Schlesinger, if you sell your stocks now, you're timing the market. And that, she says, rarely works. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
And just yesterday, stocks made their biggest gains since 2020, even after the Federal Reserve raised interest rates by 0.5 percentage point. Chairman Jerome Powell soothed investors by saying the central bank is not considering a larger hike at this time. The TSA hosting a pair of hiring events today and tomorrow, hoping to fill some job vacancies. This morning and afternoon, representatives were on hand at the Sheraton Hotel on John Nolan Drive. The TSA offering a $2,000 sign-on bonus for new hires who start by June 4th. Job candidates are asked to have 2 forms of state or federal ID.
It's a great time to become a federal employee. It's not always going to be this way. If you can remember years back, it's always been a little difficult getting a federal job, and this is a great opportunity.
Tomorrow's events will be 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. They'll have information about full and part-time jobs, and applicants can also actually complete multiple steps of the hiring process right there at the event. Well, some will see a little rain in the next few days before we warm things up. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti maps things out for us. First warn forecast. I'm ready for a little warmer weather.
Yeah, right now the rain is trying to fight against dry air across southern Wisconsin. So you can see on high-resolution Doppler radar that really there's not much precipitation. What you see, these little images up toward Fond du Lac, is actually just some basically false echoes. It's just some either some precipitation or some dust or particles aloft that's just being blown around by the winds. But you can definitely see that it's moving from northeast to southwest, an indication that the winds are out of the northeast, at least closer to the ground. Now, there have been some showers across Illinois. You can see those moving off to the east. There's some showers to the west across Minnesota and Iowa. Those have been dissipating. Some showers farther to the west into parts of eastern Nebraska. Those are even kind of moving away from us. So right now, I'm betting against the rain chances. I mean, there will be some shower chances, mainly south of Madison later tonight and tomorrow, but right now, the rain chances just appear to be dropping almost by the minute. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Otherwise, it's just going to stay cloudy tonight and much of the day tomorrow with those slight chances of showers south of town. Then we'll see mild conditions with highs in the middle 60s for the weekend. Mainly dry conditions there as well. Maybe a shower or thunderstorm chance late Sunday into Sunday night. And then warm weather returns by next week with high temperatures near 80 or above 80 for much of the week. For Mother's Day itself, which is Sunday, I'm thinking mainly a dry day, high of 64. If there is a shower or thunderstorm, it's going to be late in the afternoon into Sunday night. But right now, I'm thinking the chances for rain less than 30%. But then right after Mother's Day, those temperatures take a big jump up. 78 on Monday, and then temperatures in the 80s Tuesday through Friday, and near 80 on Saturday with some shower and thunderstorm chances toward the end of next week. High temperatures today, pretty comfortable, not far from normal. Mid to upper 60s across the state, actually a little warmer in the northern part of the state where there was more sunshine, cooler to the south and west where there was a large area of clouds and some showers. But you can see those clouds and showers continuing to our south and west. The jet stream, though, just kind of spinning up from the southwest. And notice this low pressure system aloft with the precipitation winding around it. Eventually, that will just kind of wind down. That system will head off to the east, and then the jet stream flattens out to the west. That's milder Pacific air that'll start moving eastward as it crosses the Rockies. A lot of that moisture gets wrung out. So right now, we're not looking at a lot of precipitation as we head into the weekend and beyond into next week. High pressure to the north, still keeping things rather cool. There's that northeasterly wind flow. We've got the clouds aloft, but near the ground, the air is pretty dry, and that's preventing any precipitation from moving in our direction. For tomorrow, look for a high temperature of 62 degrees, mostly cloudy and breezy. If there are any showers, it'll be mainly south of Madison, and right now I'm thinking about a 20 to 30% chance at best. 7 to 10 day forecast. Nice day on Saturday. Sunny skies, 65 degrees. Mother's Day Sunday, high of 64. More clouds, maybe a late day shower or thunderstorm into Sunday night, and then Monday should be dry. Temperatures in the upper 70s. Will be in the middle 80s Tuesday and Wednesday. Lower 80s for Thursday and Friday. And notice very little in the way of rain chances next week. It'll be more like next weekend before we see better chances for some showers and thunderstorms. But that certainly looks like a more spring-like forecast.
And coming up next, some things are just bigger than sports. How two youth wrestlers honored their coach and his country after the biggest wins of their careers. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver when you spend $60. Get one 30-cent fuel saver this Friday and Saturday. Scan the QR code or check out HyVeeDeals.com for more deals.
It's like I'm downloading in slow motion. Wish we had better internet.
Charlie! That's right, it's me, Charlie. Wish specialist for Spectrum. Let's get that wish granted.
How?
Spectrum Internet delivers speeds of 200 megabits for a stronger connection on all your devices. Here, yeah, and here. Plus, get a free modem and free desktop security to keep your kids safe online.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month. Call 833-768-4999.
Why do we need all these remotes? I wish our shows were in one place.
Spectrum TV makes it easy to find your favorites. Plus, you'll have access to over 85,000 titles on demand. And with the free Spectrum TV app, you can watch live sports, news, and more on any device, anywhere.
Get Spectrum TV for $49.99 a month. Call 833-768-4999.
I wish we didn't have a contract. Granted.
Oh, he's good. Switch to Spectrum Internet or TV, or get them both for $49.99 a month each, all with no contracts. Call 833-768-4999.
This ain't about the donor class with their name on trucks, nor the establishment. Man, they failed us for decades. This is about the ones who work for a living, just worry about safe streets and buying groceries. Warrior conservatives. This is about Kevin Nicholson, one of us. The Marine who never forgot how to fight. It's in his gut. Conservatives, rise up. We have a leader.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Hello, spring. Hello, savings. Now at the Century House. Save hundreds with a free leather upgrade. Or get $300 off stressless Mike and Max motorized recliners with a soft rocking motion that provides instant comfort. And $300 off the new 50th anniversary retro stressless Royal recliner. Available with the iconic stressless original base. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Pork chops for dinner? Hurry in for today's $10 meal deal at Hy-Vee. A complete pork chop dinner for four for just $10. That's only $2.50 per person. It's today's $10 meal deal, and it's only at Hy-Vee.
The Wisconsin men's golf team made history this season when they qualified not one, but two golfers to the NCAA regionals. Griffin Barella and Cameron Huss are the 5th and 6th Badgers to earn individual invites in program history. It gets better, though. The duo marked the first time two Badgers will play in a regional in the same season. Varela is a 2 seed, while Huss is an 8, and the two can't wait to play in the 54-hole tournament.
Especially after the consistent season I put together, it's incredibly rewarding to be able to have a chance to go play regionals and hopefully qualify for the NCAA championship.
I struggled a little bit at Big Tens and wasn't sure if I was going to get in or not, and it was definitely a relief to see my name on the screen and know that I got in. It would be cool to be in as a team for sure, but getting to do it with Griffin, it's going to be a lot of fun.
In 2009, Nazar Kolcheski moved from Ukraine to the United States and brought the love of wrestling with him. At UW Oshkosh, he won 3 straight Division III national championships. Now Nazar is teaching the sport to a younger generation that's showing him the true meaning of love. In June of 2020, Nazar Kolcheski opened his own training center.
We grew very fast, and kids loved it, loved the way I coach. You know, I loved the way they train and work hard.
And instantly, it was a hit.
And then we going. That makes sense?
He's really funny, and he's really kind, and he really wants us to do well.
How you get so flexible, Gwendolyn? Just raising champions on the mat and in life.
But the war in Ukraine opened his eyes to matters.
Move those hands, move those feet.
Much bigger than the ones on the mat.
And jogging. It's just tough. You know, I never wanted to even imagine that happening, but a lot of my family and cousins and friends are in frontline fighting for their freedom.
To help his family and country, Nazar and the club put on a fundraiser, with 100% of the proceeds going to the Ukrainian army.
Use those legs. Good.
But 2 of his wrestlers,
all right, 20 push-ups,
wanted to do more.
I wanted to support Ukraine because I knew Nazar was going through a hard time, and I just wanted to help him.
So after winning titles at the state youth tournament, Gage and Gwen ran around the mat with a Ukrainian flag.
I can never forget that moment.
And then they shared a moment with their coach.
He just gave me a big hug and say, and you know, he just said, I did it for you, coach, and for your country, and I cannot be more proud.
One that Gage, Gwen, and Nazar will never forget.
I saw a little bit of water in his eyes, and I think he was crying a little bit.
He kind of squeezed me as hard as he could, and it kind of hurt when he did it, but he's amazing.
Good job, Grace. Instead of celebrating, they actually want to spread the word and pretty much saying that Ukrainians need help, you know, because there's a war out there while they're fighting for their freedom, and for them to realize and do that, as the coach, you know, it just made me very proud
of the fact that his athletes' eyes are now open to what Nazar has preached all along.
We always want to help the kids reach their goals and dreams on the mat, but most importantly, we want to help them to be champions in life. Hey, good work.
Brewers going for the sweep of the Reds, and they were loving the long ball and ringing the bell at will. Milwaukee hit 6 home runs today. Willie Adames smashed 2 two-run dingers, and the Crew doubled up the Reds 10-5. If you're keeping track at home, that's 20 homers in their 6-game homestand. We're back after this.
6th home run of the game.
The best of Broadway returns to Madison. 6, Hades Town, Pretty Woman, Chicago, Tootsie, Jesus Christ Superstar, and the return of Disney's The Lion King. An unforgettable season to look forward to. Find your seats at overture.org. Broadway at Overture's 22-23 season.
When we needed new doors and windows for our home, we were looking for someone we could trust.
We've done the bargain brand windows. We've done the runaround.
What we loved about Next Door and Window is that they were different. The experts guided us through every step of their no-pressure process.
We really loved their educational approach. Next Door and Window helped us understand what was right for us.
They have a totally different approach to doors and windows. They made the window and door replacement process simple.
Call 844-600-NEXT to get 50% off your installation.
People have been wondering, what's happening to Lindsay? But it's really what Lindsay's gotten into, Planet Fitness. Join now for $1 down and only $10 a month.
Just $10 a month?
Cancel anytime.
That makes me so happy.
Want more happy? Enjoy tons of equipment in our clean and spacious clubs. Even blow up steam in our judgment-free zone. Get glowing and feel fit-tacular. For $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. But hurry, deal ends Tuesday, May 10th.
My dad risked everything to start a little construction company. He was the welder, and my mom drove the dump truck. Nothing fancy about that, but it was theirs. I'm Tim Michaels, and I'm proud to follow in his footsteps, growing the business from a few hundred employees to today, over 8,000. I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman who knows how to get things done, create jobs, and how to lead. And that's exactly what I'll do as governor.
Tim Michaels for governor.
More Americans are growing their own vegetables than ever before. At Garden Mats, we're here to help people supplement their food supply with fresh, organic vegetables. Whether you are a beginner, novice, or master gardener, Garden Mats make gardening a breeze. Spend your summers trying to keep up with each other, not your weeds. Go to gardenmats.com and plan your garden today.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Gary rejoins us once again. Final check of your forecast.
Got some clouds out there, but not much in the way of precipitation. There's the live view from the Edgewater Skycam. Certainly not raining in Madison. You can see on Doppler track there have been some showers to our southeast, some showers to the west, but nothing here in southern Wisconsin. So I've cut the precipitation chances back to just a slight chance of showers, mainly south of Madison, overnight and through the day tomorrow. Temperatures right now right around 50, 52 here in Madison. A little cooler closer to Lake Michigan. Temperatures mid-40s there, but lower 50s out to the west. Look for a low temperature tonight of about 46. High temperature tomorrow is 62 again. If there are any showers, they'll be south of Madison. And then we still have that warm up on the way for next week. Nice for the weekend and then warm for much of next week.
Looking good. Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10. We hope you have a great night.